in thinking about the power of the writer's voice and the presence of literature in the public square, you know, writers used to be hugely controversial, and so were artists of all kinds. There were riots over art shows. And now it seems that in the great electronic sea of Babel, it's harder to be heard. Do you feel that way about writing in general and about emerging writers in particular?
It's harder to find, it's harder to make a living. It's harder to find an audience. But I don't find any diminishment in the need for story or any diminishment in people's passionate engagement with literature. I do tell young writers that if you publish a book now, you're not just competing with all the other baby writers who are publishing a book this season. You're basically competing with everybody who ever published a book in history, and they'll get it for a nickel on Amazon, and then they'll pay the postage. Everybody's making money on postage. Nobody's making any money on books. This has an immediate impact on writers' ability to survive and do interesting work. I may be one of the few people who doesn't twit. I don't tweet, Facebook. I just know. My friend Jewel does, and she tells me what I'm missing, and that's good enough. And I don't blog. I have a website, and occasionally, about twice a year, I'll write something in the journal page on it. But young writers who blog and write, I understand, because what a young writer needs, you need a basic day job. Let's be clear. You got to have an income to pay the rent, and you got to have health insurance, especially right now. But then what you need as a writer is an audience. You need it more than anything else. You need people who are waiting for the story. You need people who will understand and love your language. You need that more than cash. I will not disdain cash. I've been poor. I hate being poor. I don't ever want to be poor again, even though I appear to be sliding into the donut hole of poverty, like all other writers. But you need really to have your stories taken seriously. You know, some of you are writers. All of you are readers. You're in the Chicago Public Library. You came in through the doors under those gargoyles, which I always think of as being the defenders of literature, those big, green, gorgeous, scary things. You come into the world of being a writer. The dream is that your language will make a difference. The dream is that what you believe in will move out from you like a tsunami, that the wave of your story will move through the world and people will ripple. Do you know what I'm saying? People will move in response to the story you want to tell. That's what every writer wants. I mean, I know there are those writers who want movie rights and big bucks. And I got no complaint with cash. I'm clear about cash. But that's not why I write. That's not why most of the young people I work with write. I worked with one of my students who's Justin Torres, and he's a brilliant young writer. And the first time I worked with him in a workshop in Los Angeles, he just vibrated. He wanted so much to get it right. He wanted his words to sing on the page, and he was telling dangerous stories. He was writing out of this broken Puerto Rican family. He was writing out of being the oldest queer boy with his rough brothers and his father who was both enraged at him and loved him. And he was writing in complicated, passionate ways. And when I would work with him and he would read me sections, you could hear in his voice the strain. You know, he wanted that wave to come back. And that's what we want. You want to put that wave out there, that rush of language and conviction and story, and you want it to come back. You want the tremble in the audience. You want the indrawn breath. You want somebody to say, oh, that's exactly how it was for me. Or, oh, I never knew it was like that. You have to create in young writers the confidence that the risk is worth the trouble. And you can't do it by talking to them about money, but you can do it talking to them about that wave that comes back, being at their backs and saying, this is good. Because when you're a baby writer, you can't tell what's good. You can just tell some things put your teeth on edge, and some things make your heart pound. And you're going for the heart pounding. It's been wonderful to work with young writers who, just because I was there at the right moment. I remember when Justin called me actually, and he was thinking about, I can't do this anymore. And I'm like, hang on, just hang on. We'll get you a scholarship. We'll get you into one more program. And now his book is out from Knopf. He won a U.S. Artist Prize.
Yeah. We Be Animals.
We Be Animals, which is gorgeous. You know, language that sings. People that are recognizable immediately and dangerous. Really dangerous.